Look at the average American's bank account nearing the end of their career, and the numbers paint a grim picture. 54% of the country reaches their golden years with less than $25,000 in total savings and investments. We are culturally conditioned to think a comfortable retirement requires a massive six-figure salary, a family inheritance, or total reliance on a government pension system designed nearly a century ago. But the math suggests something far more attainable. A $300 monthly investment can grow into a $1 million balance, even if your salary never reaches six figures. If the math is that simple, we have to ask why so many people fail to reach that finish line. The answer comes down to how you frame the problem. Financial independence is a two-sided equation, and almost everyone ignores the second half. Achieving financial independence requires no extraordinary salary. It requires balancing a hidden personal balance sheet. The first side of that balance sheet is the accumulation engine. It relies heavily on compound interest, a mathematical force so powerful that Albert Einstein reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. This chart shows exactly how much of that $1 million actually comes from your own pocket. Over a standard 40-year career, a $300 monthly deposit adds up to $144,000 in personal contributions, but the total portfolio value sits at roughly $1 million. Every dollar you invest earns a return, and then those returns start earning their own returns. The growth curve is exponential. The gains generated in the final decade alone completely eclipse the total growth of the first 20 years combined. But that curve relies on aggressive asset allocation. If you take a conservative approach and split your portfolio into bonds yielding a 5% average return, that 40-year timeline stalls out around $575,000. To cross the $1 million threshold, you need the historical 7 to 10% average annual return of the broader stock market. High-income earners don't have a monopoly on wealth accumulation. Time, consistency, and aggressive market allocation do the heavy lifting. But building that $1 million portfolio is only half the math. The second side of the equation is constantly under attack by a silent eraser: inflation. This line graph illustrates how rising prices destroy purchasing power. Research from Pensions Age shows that a saver putting away $300 a month for 40 years might hit their target on paper, but they will still fall hundreds of thousands of dollars short of a comfortable lifestyle. The cost of everyday goods simply outpaces their savings. There is a massive difference between nominal wealth, the number you see on your brokerage screen, and real purchasing power, which is what that money can actually buy at the grocery store or the pharmacy. Accumulating $1 million mathematically solves nothing if the economic finish line moves further away every single year. That moving finish line is compounded by our own psychology. As people earn higher salaries, they naturally upgrade their cars, move into larger houses, and take more expensive vacations. This is lifestyle creep, where your spending increases right alongside your income. When your monthly expenses inflate, the total amount of money you need to survive in retirement inflates with them. You are forced to chase a continuously growing target, wiping out the benefit of any raises you earn or brilliant market returns you capture. This dual-axis chart visualizes a crucial insight from financial planner Michael Kitces. When big savers cap their lifestyle and avoid upgrading their expenses, they trigger a mathematical dual benefit. By keeping your living expenses low, you have more available cash to accelerate your portfolio's growth. At the exact same time, maintaining that modest lifestyle drastically reduces the total amount of money you'll actually need to cover your bills when you stop working. You cannot reliably out-earn the stock market, but you can outsmart your own spending habits, and mathematically, that is a far more powerful strategy. Financial planners use a metric called the 4% rule to determine when you have enough. It suggests you can safely withdraw 4% of your portfolio each year to pay for your life. That means a $1 million portfolio can generate roughly $40,000 of income per year. Accessing that cash requires a mechanical change in how the money is held. You move from the growth-heavy index funds of your working years into assets designed specifically for income, like high-yield dividends or real estate. At this exact moment, your assets replace your human labor. The investments you spent decades building take over the heavy lifting, creating a self-sustaining, perpetual paycheck.
This transition decouples retirement from an arbitrary age or a government mandate. The process finishes at the specific mathematical intersection where your compounding investment income permanently surpasses your highly controlled living expenses.